Apple might be about to do something it almost never does, give you real control over its ecosystem. And this time, it's not about apps or widgets, it's about Siri. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It really helps me keep bringing you more tech breakdowns like this one. For years, Apple has kept a tight grip on how the iPhone works. Everything is polished, controlled, and let's be honest, a bit restrictive. But now, with iOS 27, that could change in a big way. Apple is reportedly planning to open Siri up to third-party AI chatbots, something that feels completely un-Apple. And if this actually happens, it could quietly become one of the most important changes to the iPhone in years. Here's why this matters. Right now, if you use Siri, you're mostly locked into Apple's own intelligence, which, compared to modern AI tools, hasn't exactly been leading the pack. Meanwhile, AI assistants like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude are moving incredibly fast, becoming more useful, more conversational, and just smarter overall. Apple knows this, and instead of trying to outbuild everyone overnight, it looks like they're changing strategy. With iOS 27, Siri could act more like a gateway rather than a standalone assistant. So instead of answering everything itself, Siri would be able to pass your questions to whichever AI chatbot you prefer, as long as you have that app installed. Think about that for a second. You could ask Siri something, and instead of getting a limited response, it could instantly route your request to ChatGPT for detailed answers, Gemini for real-time info, or Claude for more nuanced explanations. It's basically turning Siri into a smart dispatcher for AI. And this isn't entirely new. Apple already started experimenting with this by letting Siri hand off certain queries to ChatGPT. But what's changing here is scale and control. In iOS 27, you might actually get a dedicated extensions menu inside Siri and Apple Intelligence settings. That's where you'll be able to choose which AI services you want to connect. So instead of Apple deciding everything for you, you decide. That's a huge shift. Because for the first time, your iPhone's intelligence layer becomes customizable, not just in appearance or apps, but in how it thinks. Behind the scenes, Apple is also working on new developer tools to make this possible. That means AI companies will be able to build deeper integrations directly into Siri, not just surface-level handoffs. These chatbots could interact with other Apple features, apps, and possibly even system-level actions. At the same time, Apple isn't abandoning its own AI plans. The company is still expected to roll out a completely revamped version of Siri, possibly powered by models similar to Gemini. So you'll likely get a smarter default Siri experience, but with the option to expand it using third-party AI. It's like Apple is building its own assistant, but also letting you swap in better brains when you want. Now, let's talk about why Apple would even do this. Part of it is pressure. Over the past couple of years, Apple has been seen as falling behind in the AI race, especially compared to Google and OpenAI. Opening up Siri is a fast way to stay relevant without having to win every battle internally. But there's also a business angle. If users start subscribing to premium AI services through the App Store, Apple takes a cut. So by allowing third-party AI inside Siri, Apple could actually turn this into a new revenue stream, while giving users more flexibility at the same time. It's a rare win-win move. And we'll likely hear more about all of this at WWDC 2026, where Apple is expected to officially show off its next big software updates. But here's the bigger picture. If Apple really goes through with this, it signals a shift in philosophy. The iPhone is no longer just a closed system where Apple controls every experience. It becomes more like a platform, one where different AI models can compete and coexist. That's a big deal, because instead of waiting for Apple to catch up in AI, users get access to the best tools available right now, and more importantly, they get to choose. Of course, there are still questions. How deep will these integrations go? Will Apple limit certain features? And will the experience feel seamless or fragmented? But even with those uncertainties, one thing is clear. iOS 27 could mark the moment Apple finally loosens its grip, and in doing so, makes the iPhone more powerful than ever. And ironically, by being less Apple, the iPhone might become a lot more interesting again. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.